but what has been kind of hidden is the gay casting couch. You know, the day I arrived in Hollywood, they told me when I was offered the job at Warner Brothers that you need to know this town is run by a homosexual mafia. And I believe
oh my gosh! Don't say that. We got to wrap it up. No, be careful with what you say on Infowars. Even here, we don't want them coming after us. Thank you,
everybody. It's Jimmy. That's me, Jimmy Dore. That's right. I'm the host of the Jimmy Dore Show. Did you know that? We know you're proud to be a fan and a supporter of the show, but do your friends, your family, your neighbors, and random strangers you pass on the street, do they know? Maybe not. And just as you like to keep informed by watching the Jimmy Dore Show, you can inform all those important and not so important people in your life about your love of the show with one of these. Huh? It's the authentic and branded Jimmy Dore Show t-shirts. We've got the classic logo, Jimmy Dore, and we also have the Jimmy Dore Show pop art. Look at that. Look at that. Nice, huh? And we also have one of my favorites. It's the Frederick Douglass quote. I would unite with anybody to do right and with nobody to do wrong. It's all available now at our website. Just go to jimmydore.com, then shop the merch, and you'll see there and many more options. And just click on mugs. Also, how about mugs? We got the mugs made in America. This is one of my favorites. It says "Vaxxed and Worried." Nice. We also have
that'll go over big with the guests. Their friends at the
This
office.
is a great mug. It says "Made in America" on the bottom. Jag-off, very thick, nice handle, thick glass. I love this one. Plus, we have stuff like this over there.
Mouse pads. We got your Jimmy Dore Show stickers and logos, and we got your what do you call those? Coasters. Huh? Look at that. Look at this. Coasters, more coasters. So, and so what are you waiting for? Get your Jimmy Dore Show t-shirt, mugs, coasters. Go get them today, jimmydore.com. I'm going to show you this very quickly. Senator Mike Lee tweeted this out. Federal judge orders the Border Patrol to not arrest illegal aliens without a warrant. You have to get a warrant for each individual illegal alien? Even though the federal law specifically authorizes them to do so. My fellow Americans, we have a problem. It couldn't be more serious. So let's listen to this. Here's the he tweeted out this Fox News.
Another judicial pushback against President Trump's immigration crackdown. This comes after dozens were arrested in January during Border Patrol's Operation Return to Sender, where agents rounded up people determined to have entered who were determined to have entered the country illegally. Yesterday, California District Judge Jennifer Thurston demanded CBP agents cannot arrest suspected illegal migrants without a warrant or reason to believe the person is a flight risk before they can get one.
So, that seems kind of crazy to me, but here's a guy named Codfish Johnny. I'm going to guess not his real name. So he says this: Mike Lee, a sitting U.S. senator and former clerk to Justice Alito, is lying to you. So this is he's saying the law and the opinion of this judge provide only a limited set of circumstances in which arrest without a warrant is lawful. Those include where there is individualized reason to believe the alien is likely to escape, or where crime occurs in front of the agent. Furthermore, agents have systematically violated the requirement under the same law that requires reasonable suspicion before even detaining someone. Detaining someone includes all of the tactics described in the complaint, which makes it obvious that violating this law is quite simply the policy of this administration. Among the named individuals in the action are a 56-year-old lawful permanent resident and a 44-year-old U.S. citizen who had his tires slashed after providing his ID to an agent. The case appears to show a grotesque intentional violation of the law on a very large scale by the administration. It is not in any way judicial overreach. The only serious problem in this decision is the administration's actions. Well, I actually went to Grok and I asked about this. And this is what Grok, I said, can a Border Patrol agent arrest someone suspected of being in the country illegally without a warrant? According to Grok, yes, Border Patrol agents can arrest someone suspected of being in the country illegally without a warrant. Under U.S. law, specifically 8 U.S.C. 1357, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, that's ICE, and Customs and Border Patrol, that's the CBP, they have the authority to arrest individuals without a warrant if they have probable cause to believe the person is in violation of immigration laws and is likely to flee before a warrant can be obtained. This applies within 100 miles of any U.S. border where CPB has broad authority to conduct. So 100 miles. So right now I'm in Los Angeles. I'm in the Valley. We're within 100 miles of, so let's say 100 miles of any U.S. border. Would that be considered a border? I don't know. So the CPB has broad authority to conduct immigration enforcement actions. Probable cause can be based on factors like lack of documentation, suspicious behavior, or other evidence of illegal entry or presence. However, arrests must still comply with Fourth Amendment protections against unreasonable seizures, meaning agents need sufficient evidence to justify the arrest. So this seems to contradict what Codfish Johnny was saying. And to me, so when I saw that news report and I saw Mike Lee, a senator, former clerk to Justice Alito, saying this is nuts, it did sound nuts to me that the immigration enforcement officers can't arrest someone unless they first go obtain a warrant. Now, again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an immigration specialist. But as Mike Lee said, that sounds crazy. And that sounds like the judge is, I'm sure there's more to this. I didn't have enough time to really go into it because this happened right before I came on air. So I'll look more into this. I'm sure we're all going to learn more about it tonight, or going forward. And I'll bring it up again on Friday. But this seems nuts that a federal judge. So here's what he had to say here. It appears we have yet another judge problem. The U.S. District Judge Jennifer Thurston has issued an order banning Border Patrol from arresting illegal aliens unless they have a warrant. That doesn't seem. Officers routinely arrest without an arrest warrant when they acquire probable cause to believe a crime is committed. 8 U.S. That's what Grok just talked about. 8 U.S. Section 1357 expressly authorizes Border Patrol to make warrantless arrests for immigration violations, particularly if the person is entering the U.S. illegally. I cannot fathom the justification for a judicial order prohibiting the Border Patrol from arresting illegal aliens without a warrant. So it seems like we're having another constitutional crisis. So this, it seems like a constitutional crisis to me. It seems like the judge, it seems, again, don't quote me, but according to Senator Mike Lee, former clerk of Justice Alito, and Grok, it seems like this judge is overstepping her bounds. It seems like that. We'll have to look more into it. And according to Senator Mike Lee, she is. And according to this law here, 8 U.S.C. 1357, it seems like she is overstepping her bounds. We'll find out going forward. Okay, over to Steph.
Okay, thank you, Jimmy. All righty, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, are you coming to one of our shows? Two Roads this Saturday.
Bakersfield. 2 Roads is sold out.
Yeah, come to our show in Bakersfield.
We're going to be in Bakersfield Saturday.
And San Jose Sunday. I'm excited about that. And go to jimmydore.com for tickets and tour dates. And ladies and gentlemen, use our links because they go directly to the right link. Don't just do a search engine for Jimmy Dore shows. You can't believe the crazy prices that they'll charge you. All right, here we go. Let me start right here. Mad Season, thank you so much. Jimmy, please do a segment on the Indian guy who brought up impeachments. Laugh my ass off. Spade, thank you, Spade. Savage, have you ever been up the ass of Bibi? Douglas Murray.
you haven't been?
You haven't been?
That guy is hilarious. The Indian guy, by the way. I don't know. He's from Michigan.
Yeah.
I just saw his
we should have did a segment. I can't believe we didn't do a segment on him.
I saw it and I had to go to this meeting and forgot about it, but it was so funny, his segment, yeah.
Murray is a limey. Fernandez. Hey, Julius, Douglas Murray got a bunch of work done on his face. That's why Jimmy doesn't recognize him.
And he dyed his hair.
Static in the Attic. Thank you, Static in the Attic. The Far Side by Gary Larson. Man versus Cow. Savage. Rogan needs to get Norman Finkelstein on, and Gabor Mate on. Static in the Attic recommends. Thank you for giving this issue geoengineering the attention it deserves, Lisa. People were losing their shit in the chat over this. They were like, they're like, no, I've been propagandized not to believe this at all. So that's how you sounded in my head. I know some of you are outraged by that idea, but come on. The whole point is broaden your mind. Watch it. You can accept it.
How can you live through COVID and Russiagate?
Show Jimmy.
How can you live through COVID and Russiagate and still want to just summarily dismiss anything? Anything. Direct energy weapons, earthquake machines at the South Pole.
I know why.
Why?
Because I need to be walked through the 7 stages of grief when I find out my narrative isn't right.
Yeah.
And basically, people are not emotionally prepared to handle the idea that level of deception, even though we've already had that level of deception, and we currently do. And they're blotting out the sun.
Okay, here we go. I gotta get this one. All right, back to the chats. Savage says, asks the CIA about scalar weapons. The CIA knows. SCALAR, scalar. That's from Savage. Boom. Haronov effect. And scalar weapons. T. Bearden. Oh, okay. Thank you for that. Lisa Smith. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I already thanked you. Chemtrails, don't look up. Vote blue no matter who. F. Husau. Catherine Austin Fitz collaborated with the Michigan State University Accounting Department to audit the Pentagon from 1995 to 2015. She helped discover the $21 trillion in missing DoD expenditures.
Yep. She's great. You should try to get her.
Who?
Excellent.
Don't we have her? When's her date? Was it 9th?
9.
Oh.
Who is it?
Catherine
Austin Fitz.
She was one who was featured also in the dimming that you showed.
Oh, okay.
Really good info.
Oh, here we go. We got to do a gong here. Let's hit it. The diff between COVID Moss info and this chemtrail stuff is we can quickly see why they were lying to us about COVID. It took a couple people years and they still haven't decided. But this chemtrail guy's explanation is because they can. Okay, J.M. Herber, I think you're simplifying what our guest said, by the way. And wasn't it Johnson that said, whoever controls the weather controls the world? I added that emphasis.
Okay.
Back to Jimmy.